This was probably one of our biggest projects to date. This house, when we got here, there was standing water about knee high, up to about right here, so we had to put in a sump pump, and because their sump pump had failed, so we had to actually put a temporary in to drain it out, and then we began the construction process. Now this wasn't here, this was all mud that came down, so we built this wall and put our waterproofing panels on here, so that way any water intrusion coming this direction goes into our drainage and into our sump pump. All of these walls around us were custom built. The slab was so thin that we had to install a footer all the way around on top of the slab in order to support the block, because the block is rebarred and filled with concrete. So all these white panels that you see around me, those are all waterproofing panels that we put on top of the wall that we built. So it was a very, very big project. This is just part of the basement. The rest of everything, the walls that surround me, are all crawl space, so it was kind of a basement crawl space mix. We've got a dehumidifier right up there running to control humidity. It's draining directly into the sump pump. And we've got our half-horse Flowtech sump pump, the Pro Series, working inside there. And so it's really turned out really well. The homeowner seems really happy with it. So what we did here was they already had a little ditch that went all the way into there, because there's a pipe behind here that catches any water. So we utilized that to make sure that the water that gets drained out behind the water extract system goes into this little ditch and into the sump pump. So the homeowner, this is also new. We had to move the water heater to do all this project. So very, very big project. Okay, so this is our water extract system. Because the slab was so thin, we did not want to put a system underneath the slab, because we were fearful that if we started jackhammering the slab out to put a footer drain or something like that, that it would have issues and we would break up the concrete. As you can see, we got a beam, a support beam right here, so the homeowners have had some foundation issues in the past, and we certainly didn't want to add to those issues. So what we decided to do, after the ninjas built the wall and put the wall panel up, we decided to go with the above ground water extract system. So this is installed. Any water that hits this cinder block wall is going to be diverted down behind here and then make its way to the sump pump over there. So we also encapsulated the rest of the crawl space. So this is the vapor barrier from the encapsulation, so that way it's all tied together. We don't have any vapors or any humidity being lost, or we don't have any humidity coming out from behind the dirt. So as you can see, we made it all one piece, taped it up real nice with our seam tape, used the Hilti tool to apply the membrane to the wall, and it's really turned out super good. It's already, I think it's like 55% humidity in here right now, so the humidity's under control. The other thing we had to do was, the homeowner was telling me that the subfloor that you're looking at above us is now they're finished hardwood. So we were planning on soda blasting, but we couldn't, because if we soda blasted, all of that baking soda would go up into the house. So we had to hand scrub all of the wood to get the mold off. So that was a huge ordeal. But now it's all scrubbed. This is probably an oak subfloor, which is very durable. Now that the humidity is under control, they probably won't have any more issues with mold. And then we also applied a protectant to it, and it has a 5-year warranty with the Anabec X70 and the cleaner. One last thing I want to point out is, since it was a brick foundation, we could not apply foam board because we were concerned that the Hilti nailer would destroy the foundation or separate the mortar. So we used a spray foam application with our spray foam, and just put the vapor barrier up about a foot, and then spray foam the vapor barrier to the block, and that way this is a closed cell spray foam, so we don't have to worry about water intrusion. If any water tries to come in, it'll be forced underneath the vapor barrier.